Hi everyone, it's Genene, and today on day 16 of our 30-day yoga journey, I have the first of 3 moon salutations for you. So you don't need any props, but you might need 2 blocks just to help you if the floor is a little far away because you have tight hamstrings, or if you have sensitive knees, you might need a blanket. You don't need any props, but if you do have tight hamstrings, you might find that you want to grab 2 blocks. And if you have sensitive knees, then grab a blanket or something, a towel, to protect your knees. And do remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That way you'll be notified of all upcoming videos, and that's how you can support my channel. Also, at the end, let me know how your 30-day yoga journey is going. I can't wait to hear. Now let's begin in child's pose. So your big toes are together, your knees are wide so that you can come forward. You stretch your arms out in front of you. And then if this is hurting your knees, throw a blanket behind your knees to open the knee joint. And then you could put a prop underneath your forehead if it is not touching the floor so it doesn't just hang out in space. Now, pull your hips down and back. Belly lifts up away from your thighs. Arm bones lifting to support shoulder blades on the back. Behind closed lids, consider your relationship with the moon. Before artificial light, women's menstrual cycles were said to be connected to the moon cycle, and women were considered to be the most powerful during this time. They would use this time to rest, to reflect, and sometimes leaving the menfolk to commune with other women. As we move through practice today and through this week, give yourself permission to slow down, reflect, and look for what gifts and insights the moon has to offer you. Perhaps choosing for yourself a word or phrase you can repeat to yourself throughout practice today. Now take your hands underneath your shoulders and use your abdominal muscles and your hands to press yourself up. And let's come up into Tadasana, mountain pose, standing at the front of your mat, feet parallel. Draw your hands together in front of your heart, connecting your thumbs there. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades come together, lift your heart. And let's move with our breath. Release your arms down, inhale, stretch them overhead. And then exhale, draw your hands together and down in front of your heart, just like that. Inhale, reach your arms. And exhale, draw them in. Nice, slow, round movements. If this doesn't feel wonderful on your shoulders, then instead you can reach your arms out in front of you. And then down. Inhale. And exhale. Feel your breath assisting your arms in moving. As if this was a moving meditation. Getting lost in the flow of the movement connected with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Rounding out the jagged edges with your breath, with your movement. And wherever you are, let's do one more. Inhale, stretch your arms up. And then exhale, draw that energy down into yourself. And then release it as you bring your arms out into Tadasana. And now the moon salutation. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. And exhale, bow, Uttanasana. Right leg comes back for Anjaneyasana. Inhale, either your hands to your left thigh or overhead. And then as you exhale, hands to the floor, straighten that left leg on the floor. Heel digs in, straight leg. Half of a Ardha Hanumanasana here. On an inhale, come back into Uttanasana. And then exhale, bow in deeper. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Release your arms. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bow. Inhale, step your left leg back. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straighten that right leg. And then inhale, Uttanasana. And exhale, go deeper. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, come up to standing, reaching, gathering. Exhale, hands in front of heart. Coming from your heart center with every round and drawing into your heart center. Release your arms. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, right leg back, right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, Uttanasana. And exhale, a deeper bow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Release your arms. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bow. Inhale, left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, lower your arms. Straighten that right leg, bow. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, bowing in deeper. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands in front of heart. Option to take those Anjaneyasanas now into a back bend if you like. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bow. Inhale, right leg back. And this time as you reach up, you can either keep your arms up or bend them out to the side. Lift the heart, lean back. Inhale up. And exhale. Hands down. Straighten that leg. And then Uttanasana, deep forward bend. Exhale. Bow deeper. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands in front of heart. Release your arms. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. As you exhale, step your left leg back. Inhale, either arms overhead or elbows bent out to the sides. Cactus arms. Lift your chest on an inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale and exhale. Straighten that right leg. Bow. Inhale, Uttanasana. Exhale, deeper Uttanasana. And now inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands in front of heart. Come down onto your hands and knees. From hands and knees, let's take our toes and keep them either tucked under or not. It's your choice today. But keep your gaze in line with your neck. So gazing on the floor a little, like 3 feet in front of you. Inhale and exhale. Reach your hips down and back. Child's pose. Arm bones lift. And then inhale, come forward. Hands and knees, exhale, down into child. And then inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back up and lower down onto your bellies. Nice long legs. So lengthen your legs nice and long. Hands across from your chest. And open the chest. Elbows in. Root down through the legs. Press down through all 10 toenails. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lower. Imagine you're reaching back through the tailbone to the heels and up through the crown of the head as you lift up. And exhale, lower. Inhale and exhale. 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 And one more. Inhale. Take another breath. And exhale, lower all the way down. Press up and back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Firm your right leg. Inhale, lift your right leg in the air. And exhale, right knee right between the hands. From here, first straighten your right leg. Then you're probably going to walk your left leg in just a little bit more and spin your back heel down to the ground. So reach up through your back inner thigh, your left inner thigh, to get that back heel down. Then your right outer hip wraps to the right, left hip wraps forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, bow up and over your right leg, Parsvottanasana. Even though this is very intense of a stretch, you're bowing forward in this quiet action. So plant your hands whatever you need to do to plant your hands. Step your right leg back and let's go to the left side. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale. Use your low belly to step your foot right between your hands. Straighten the left leg. In your own time, spin your back heel down to the ground, which may be tomorrow if you need to. You can always grab blocks, as many blocks as you would like, but make sure that you have two. You can always take your hands to your hips and just keep your spine lengthening, just pretty intense. If this is no good to go any deeper. It's when your body is ready is when you turn this into rounding the spine. Keep extending right up through the crown of your head as you do, though. Plant your hands. Inhale, left leg comes back. See what downward facing dog feels like now that your hamstrings are a little more open. Heels do not need to reach the floor. You want the sitting bones lifting up first at the same time as your heels are reaching down. Now come down onto your knees and let's step our right leg forward. So, right leg forward, come onto your right heel for this nice little stretch, Ardha Hanumanasana. So this is feeling pretty comfortable, pretty similar to what we've been doing. Now you have the option to intensify this stretch. So walk your left leg back a little more, just whatever works for you. The back leg keeps turning in. As you do that, maybe you sit down, maybe you don't. Maybe you grab blanket, block, whatever, underneath the hip. Maybe you raise your arms overhead. So instead of dumping down and hurting your shoulders, this is not a shoulder workout. This is obviously a hip opener. Maybe that's not obvious. Back thigh stretching, groin stretching. See how many things you can name that are stretching. Now, the important thing about this, whenever you're doing anything intense, is make sure you have enough energy to get out. So, draw the legs together. Maybe you take the mat with you. And let's go to the other side. So, stepping left leg forward. So you start on the heel, digging the heel in and energetically dragging it back towards the back of your mat, lifting up on this front kneecap. But then you choose, if you want to go deeper, you just keep walking your back knee straight back. So your two legs are in line with your hips. And your body will tell you what it's ready to do today. This is not something you usually start with. This is something after you've been doing movement. But even that, what movement did you do off of your mat that made you a little maybe tighter than normal? So you're honoring that. And then inhale, stretch your arms overhead. if you would like. Now, hands down to the floor. Step your left leg back to meet your right and go into downward facing dog again. Come down onto your knees, Baddha Konasana, round angle. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees open. And make this easy for you if this is not feeling good for you today, particularly, and you're being gentle with yourself. You can do this supine, lying down right now. Engage your glutes, lengthen through the inner edges of your inner thighs from the groin to the inner knee. And then come to lying down on your backs. So you can keep yourself in Baddha Konasana here and lie down. And you can choose to stay here as long as you like, thinking about which part of the series you liked the most. How do you feel now compared to just a few minutes ago? Choose to take that calmness, that serenity with you throughout the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Namaste.